Are you looking to buy a smartwatch but don't know which one to buy or where to start looking? Well, here's the start, the Pebble Time. I've been rocking this watch over my Moto 360 for a couple weeks now, and basically I wanted to give you guys my full impressions through a review, but since there's plenty of those on YouTube, I decided to tell you guys 5 reasons why I would buy the Pebble Time. So let's jump right into it. 5. Comfortable / lightweight. When looking to buy a smartwatch, obviously you want a watch that's comfortable, light, and it feels like it's not even on your wrist. I feel the Pebble Time does just that, especially since it only weighs at around 42.5 grams, which is definitely not the lightest smartwatch. But since the casing is made out of polycarbonate material and the wristband is made out of smooth silicone with a plastic strap, wearing this watch is definitely not a problem. And I know the size can be a pretty debatable topic since most individuals who have a smaller or larger hand than me might not agree, but the watch square size of 40.5 by 37.5 millimeters is not too big or too small for me. It's just a bit smaller than the width of my wrist, which is pretty perfect. Not to mention that it also has a slight bend at the bottom to make it even more comfortable to match the curve of your wrist. Software. Software wise, I can truly say that I've actually enjoyed the watch faces and some applications more on the Pebble watch than on my Moto 360. It just presented me with a wide variety of options to choose from, more than what I could even find on the Google Play Store for Android Wear applications. There could be more, but currently there are 6,000 applications to install and run for the Pebble Time, and plenty of crazy watch faces to choose from to fit your style. So navigating throughout the new operating system known as Timeline, I could easily check out my calendar events for the next day, or even the previous day just by pressing the up or down buttons on the right side. It gave me estimates of the weather, it told me if it was a holiday, showed me sports scores, birthdays, and much more. It's a pretty cool timeline because some applications such as the day today add some pretty interesting info on your timeline, such as famous people who were born today or even died today sadly, the word of the day, things you didn't know about, and much more. Plus, some of the applications you install are pretty creative. There's an app for 7 minutes of exercise to stay fit, ESPN for live scores, a bunch of timers, a dialer to make phone calls, a compass, and even some games such as a replica of Flappy Bird or a pixel miner where you're mining dirt for hours on end. And before I move on, I know I've been on this subject for a while now, but I just wanted to say I really enjoyed the transition animations. Some might disagree saying it takes up a bit of time, but to me it shows me that Pebble put a lot of time and effort into each screen and notification that you receive. It sort of makes you smile when you receive a tweet or a Snapchat because it has a short animation for the icon each time the watch vibrates. I don't know, I like it, but of course it's all opinion here. 3. Notifications. Let me just say the vibration on this watch, you will never miss another notification again. I literally wake up at night sometimes just because the vibration is crazy loud, especially on a table. Of course, you can set the vibration strength in the settings to a lower setting, but if you set it on high, prepare to experience true vibration. But when you receive a notification, not only do you get an amazing animation, but if you have an Android, you also get some pretty nifty options to deal with that notification. So you have dismiss, open on phone, mute the application completely, dismiss all the notifications, or you can start quiet time. If it's a message or an email, you can also reply to the message using a canned response, emojis, or even respond by voice, which is actually pretty accurate. 2. Display. Color differentiates this watch from the rest of the Pebble editions. Besides the new Pebble Time round, it's not an LCD display like the Moto 360 or a Retina display like the Apple Watch, but a color e-paper display. This does mean that the viewing angles are not as good as the Moto 360, and it's not as bright as the Apple Watch, but the display is always on and it will barely affect your battery life. No need to press any button or flick your wrist to view the time or turn it on. Plus, the display has a great advantage when viewing it in the sun. It's not a problem at all. I can see everything on the display way better on my Pebble Time versus on the Moto 360 when I'm outside, which sometimes shows glare and darkness on the Moto 360. Plus, the only time you're probably going to use the watch is during the daytime anyways, so I'm actually okay with the choice of the display. And also, if it's nighttime, there's an LED backlight that can be turned on for a few seconds just by pressing any buttons, or you can flick your wrist and it will turn on automatically. 1. Battery. So yes, this is probably Pebble's best feature on all of their smartwatches, something the top competitors only dream of accomplishing, and that is a full week or close to a full week, and some users have even reported for up to 10 days of battery life on this thing. Literally, without hesitation, you can receive hundreds of notifications, open applications, respond to messages, and this watch will last you more than 4 to 5 days easily, and that's only if you're a hardcore user. For me, I just check my notifications on my watch, and most of the time I open them up on my phone for more interaction with the notification, or sometimes I happen to check the time, my timeline, and the battery lasted for an entire week on my watch easily. So if you're looking for a smartwatch that lasts a couple nights without a single charge, this is definitely your best bet. Some extra cool features to know about this watch that are pretty great to have is that it's water resistant for up to 30 meters. So you can definitely use this watch in the shower or in a swimming pool and it will work just fine. It's also compatible with Android, iOS, and even BlackBerry. Though there are some limitations on both iOS and even more on BlackBerry, but notification wise, it works. You get a 1 year's warranty and the wristbands are easily interchangeable so you can customize them or clean them without hesitation. So in conclusion, this watch will run you at around $200 with free shipping and handling. I have the black version, but you can choose between black, white, or red, or you can buy the Pebble Time Steel, which is $50 more, but you have way more options. So I definitely would check out the Pebble Time as it is a great smartwatch for these top 5 reasons. If I happen to grab my hands on the new Pebble Time Round or any other smartwatches, I will be more than happy to share my thoughts and experiences on those. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this quick little video. And of course, if you liked it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Google+. And I will see you guys in the next one. Kapow!